So hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well, and I also hope that you're gonna hear me because I did this video while I was in the bus to my next destination. If you haven't subscribed, please do. My name is Nonsekele Lungumalo, proudly South African. I'm based in Finland, but I am traveling around. I do not want to say I'm still in German, but when I made this video I was in German. So you guys, there is Hop On Hop Off, which is a sightseeing bus in Berlin that you will find almost everywhere. I did tell you that German is very good when it comes on transportation. You can literally find where the trains are by the signs on the streets. You can also find the buses, literally any bus that you want you can find it in any street. So I did use this hop in hop out, which I paid like 20 euros, but I wasn't sure how much was the normal price because I didn't pay online. I do advise you to pay online because it's much maybe cheaper than paying just to the driver. In my situation I paid 20 euros, but I did see that the driver gave me an old ticket. So yeah, you also can feel and hear the corruption that was there. But anyway, Berlin is beautiful, you guys. Berlin is so amazing and so beautiful. I wanted to tell you like in details, it's just that right now I'm not sure where we are. But yeah, and you get these earphones that tells you what is the building on the left side and what is the building on the right side. And they just kept on saying they got a lot of embassies that I did see. I think we already passed the Mexican embassy. Right now we are just passing that was the, I think, Saudi Arabia embassy. I think in Berlin they got a lot of embassies, and then the next embassy that is coming that you're gonna see on your right side is, it was a Turkish embassy, and after the Turkish embassy it was a South African embassy, which it was exciting to see it, and the flag too. Proudly South African, mama, proudly South African. So whenever I see our flag, I just get excited. And I do also want to tell you that Finnish embassy with Denmark and Sweden, they were together. Yeah, there is a South African flag. It wasn't baguzaring, or it wasn't so big as much as I wanted. Anyway, I was saying that if you are in German and you are looking for an embassy between Sweden, Finland, Denmark, I think also in Norway, it's just one building. You know, you can just literally get everything. And they did also say that in this embassy, which include Finland, Sweden, Norway and Denmark, you get a tea for free, which it's a Finnish style. They usually, I mean, in Finland you get most of the things organized, and yeah, there are also coffee people, you know. Yeah, and then the building that is in front of us, it is a building that was done by a famous German architect. I'm not a person who usually knows these people, but yeah, it is quite also one of the famous places that you can also visit if you do go to Berlin. It's quite beautiful. I did hear that this building, they've made it a musical place and also a theater, not a theater for theater, like three. Guys, excuse my English, right now I'm so lost. But it is a place that is used for acting, you know, like people who practice to act and stuff like that. They do use this building. This building was once bombed down, or when there was war, and they had to redo most of the buildings. Actually in German, they had to be rebuilt, you know, because of the war. I did remember that when I was with mom in France, not in France, in Estonia, mom was like, why does they, you know, make this, paint the buildings and make them new? And when I was in German and listening to that, most of the German buildings, they were rebuilt. They had to rebuild them. So I did think that, okay, so in situations like war and stuff like that, the buildings are renewed, you know, they start from the ground again so that they can have history. The nice thing about their buildings being renewed is that they get built in the same place where they were usually, so that people can, you know, get the glimpse and feel like it's still the same building even though it was destroyed back in the years. Yeah, I didn't want to play music on this video because I just wanted to explain to you guys. As I did tell you, Uti, German is quite beautiful when it comes on the landscape, on the building and the history. To those who doesn't know, Hitler is a German guy that killed a lot of people that were Jewish. Yes, back. I think he was a leader of Nazis, or is it called? I think it's called Nazi. Yes. So if you haven't in German or you haven't, please watch movies about Hitler. You will actually know why German have so much history and where the history comes from. During this Nazi time, people were divided. There were people who were really nuts, who were supporting Hitler on killing the Jewish people, and also there were people who didn't support what was happening. Some people were trying to escape and be in other places, but some people were killed. I hope YouTube was gonna allow me to explain this, because most of these places and these buildings in German, they are now museums. They were museums. For an example, on your right side, that is a museum. During the war, this museum wasn't there, but they rebuilt the museum. You can find a lot of things in this museum inside, and it's one of the most tourist attractions in Berlin. And then right in front, there is a wall. I'm sure you can see the wall. There is that wall, not the building, but this wall that is standing alone. That wall is left after the war, and it was the wall that was built so that people wouldn't run away or wouldn't try to escape the beating that was happening, and the abuse that was done during the time when Hitler was a president and was the leader of the Nazis, and they were killing Jews. So this is the wall. The wall is still preserved. It's still there. The walls still have some holes, and it was said that the holes was made by people who were trying to crash down these walls and trying to escape. It was quite fascinating that they still have the wall until now. It was interesting, guys. It was interesting. So the wall in Berlin is this wall on the aside. This wall is not rebuilt, but it is saved from long time ago. Guys, Berlin is beautiful. I don't wanna lie, and I don't wanna stop on this one. It's quite interesting, and when I was listening to this history, I was just thinking 2 to 3 years time we're gonna be talking about Ukraine, what is happening in Ukraine right now, and the war. I didn't think in my days and in my years we will actually be experiencing and witnessing the war, but it's happening, and it's quite an interesting thing. And guys, I've seen these Hitler movies, and I remember also do you remember Mr. and Mrs. Smith? John, what's his name? Mr. Smith. If you remember that movie, he made a movie in America. I remember it was about German and stuff like that. So do watch movies like that. It would help you when you go to German. You can understand. And here right now, this is the restaurant that is quite famous, and this street is very, very famous because it is the street where they say it was America. It was the border of America and German during the war. So it's called Checkpoint. If you are in Berlin and you say where is the Checkpoint Street, they would show you this street. It's one of the busiest streets when it comes on tourist attraction. You got to go there when you are in Berlin. You can't. As you can see, guys, there's a lot of people standing outside. I was in the bus, of course, and there were people being told about what was happening, and this is where the war was really happening, and this is where there was German on the other side and there were America on the side. They call this, we are leaving the American sector place. So if you are in Berlin and you just say where is the Checkpoint Street with full of history, they would just show you and tell you. And I also do want to warn you and tell you, if you are in German, do not use Hitler, the word. German people do not say that loud, and they do not want to talk about it. You can just try to find a way of, like, easiest way of saying, asking, like, for an example, you want to visit the mountain where there is Eagle's Nest, which is, it is said that it is Hitler's house, but when you are in German, you cannot say it's Hitler's house. You must just say Eagle's Nest. And then, as you guys can see on the streets, do you see how many people that are here? Like, you can just see. I do also want to say that when I was in Germany, there was this €9 ticket that you can travel throughout Germany using this ticket. But when you go, I'm sure that you will have to pay for the train. I do want to tell you that when you are in Berlin, Berlin is big, but it's not so big in terms of the buildings. You can literally walk, you know. It's like 1 hour walk to another building, but while you are walking, you can see so many other historical places, historical buildings. So I do advise you that if you want to save money and you are in Berlin, it's super walkable. It is walkable, but also if you want to do this hop in and hop out, it will save you a very much money, because if you are taking a train, you know, I did hear that you can use €10 train tickets for the whole day in Berlin, in the same city. So if you have to pay 10 euros for the train, please do take the train. It will be cheaper than the hop in and hop out. But also the hop in and hop out will save you a lot of time, because they drop you exactly on the attractions, and then they also pick you up and then drop you to another one. So in terms of time, I would say that the hop in and hop out bus is super ideal, although it would cost you maybe 30 euros instead of 10 euros. Yes. As much as I won't be explaining all the buildings, but you guys can see, you know, you can just see. They did say what that building was for, but oops, I don't remember. I kind of don't remember. And as a person who lives in Finland, I wouldn't compare with South Africa. As a person who lives in Finland, I did think that in Germany they got higher buildings compared to Finland. In Finland, I don't know if they have heights, they're scared of heights, but Finnish buildings, even in Helsinki, they're not quite too long, you know. But Germany, I did see, it's not super long, but I did see some buildings that are resembling Dubai, for an example, beside the European style of German. Of course, you know, they got these, Europe have similar buildings. I mean, because I've been around Europe and I've seen a lot of countries, they got similar buildings. This is some museum. It wasn't a church. You guys, I'm so not good with this, the name of the places. You can also just, I mean, Google some of these places. You can see the names. I don't remember all of them. I'm sorry. Like, I don't remember, guys, all of them. But some of them I did, there is names of these buildings, so you can just go and see. And I did also say that the reason they look so new, it's because during the war they were not they were teared down, and then they had to rebuild them and renew. But this was a museum, it wasn't a church, you know. I think as an African, when we see something like this, we're always thinking it's church. But I think also in Europe there is a lot of buildings that are like this, and they are usually a church. In Germany it was different, guys. It was totally different. These buildings that you think it's a church, they were not churches, you know. They were some kind of museum of some sort, some history about German. So they were totally not. Yeah, I was a little bit pissed off in this bus because I left my earphones. I went to pee. When I came back, there was German people sitting, and they were all walking on top of my earphones, and they didn't even tell me sorry. Instead, that lady lied and said they were already on the floor, the earphones, which was a big lie. But then I didn't care. When I made this video, I was in a bus, so there is a lot of noise and a lot of commotions, I should say. I did post a lot of content as well on Instagram. Do not forget to check me on Instagram. I am cooking with Nonsi on Facebook as well. I do a lot of live videos on Facebook, which is where I have a lot of people. So yeah, you guys, and very soon we are hitting 50,000 subscribers. So that's exciting, and I think I'm gonna do competition just for the appreciation. I'm still thinking what kind of um, competition I'm gonna do. Yeah, we would see. We would see. And then also, what I didn't mention, you can take a boat when you are in German. You can take a boat about 25 euros, and you can just see German through the water. Yeah, it's beautiful. I wanted to do it, but it was actually raining on the day that I wanted to do it, so I stopped. It is so annoying, the construction, because it's literally almost everywhere. As you guys can see the construction. It just take away the beauty of the country when you see the construction almost everywhere. But yeah, I think on the left it was some kind of, oh, this building that you are seeing right now, it's a mayor's building, but it's associated with the government building, the one that you just saw on our right side. I think, yeah, on the right side. It belongs to some mayor of Berlin, I mean of German or something like that. They did explain. Some of these places you guys can Google. You can Google them. You can. And then there was this building that is the most highest building, they say in German. They call it a toothpick because of its height and because of how it's made. I didn't think that this was a building that you can go in, but you guys can see. You can still go inside, and this place holds a lot of history in German. When I was listening, they did explain that why there was those women that were sitting, those statues that were sitting down. They did explain. Oh my god, guys, I'm in the bus and I wanna pee, and I don't know. Guys, remember, don't forget to like. Do not forget to like. Yeah, do not forget to like. I still have like one video about Berlin that I'm gonna put before telling you guys my next destination, which I'm excited to. I'm gonna do, I think, 3 or 4 countries in 7 days. Let's just see where I get comfortable, but it's not about comforts, because Germany was the most racist country I've been, and beside Italy. So let's see the next countries. Even if I'm not compatible, if they got good land and stuff, I'll still stay. If the land is not good, I guess I would just move to where I feel comfortable, But other than that, I love you guys so much, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy whatever you're doing.